Whether you want to be your own boss or you're looking for a side hustle to bring in an extra stream of income, I'm about to show you the 8 solo service businesses that are simple, that don't require a massive investment to get started, that can absolutely be scaled and also have massive demand. Every day, millions of people are searching for these services, so the market already exists, and any one of these could grow into a full-time business if that is your goal. My name is Austin Zabak, and I've built multiple businesses in real estate, pest control, and a few others over the last decade. And if you get any value out of today's video, it would mean the world to me if you would go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to this channel. It would help get this video in front of more people who need to see it. All right, getting into it with business number 1, and that is balloon installation, and it really is as simple as it sounds. Someone hires you to come in, set up balloon garlands, arches, and custom installations for birthday parties, baby showers, corporate events, and weddings. Not only does it have a low barrier of entry, but a lot of it can be DIY'd. The US decor balloons market is currently valued at $3.5 billion and is projected to reach $5.2 billion by 2033. North America alone accounts for nearly 30% of global balloon demand. And the driver of that is not customers at Party City. 45% of global balloon demand is being pushed by social media driven themed parties. People see a balloon setup on Instagram or TikTok and they want it at their next event. 28% of consumers now specifically prefer large scale installations over traditional decor. So that demand is why it makes it such a great solo business. And the economics of this business are really solid. A 10-foot balloon garland typically retails between $550 and up, depending on your market and style. Material cost on a job like that can run anywhere between about $80 and $100. Corporate installations can run anywhere from $1,500 to $10,000 and up, with profit margins between 40 and 60%. Think about that profit spread for a minute. Your entire portfolio lives on Instagram. You shoot every job, you post it, and you let the work sell itself. And the operators who hit $100,000 a year plus treat it like a volume game. One solid corporate relationship can be worth thousands per year on repeat. And the best part is that you don't need a warehouse and you don't need employees. You can run this entire business out of your home with just your vehicle and your wholesaled supplies, and you handle all of the marketing from your cell phone. Number 2 on the list is mobile dent repair. Paintless dent repair, or PDR, is the process of removing minor dents and dings from a vehicle without any painting or body filler. A specialized set of tools, the right technique, and you can fix something in an hour that would cost customers hundreds, if not thousands of dollars at a body shop. The market behind this business is massive and it is only growing. Mobile-based repair services were already growing at 16% annually between 2016 and 2020 and have been scaling at double that in recent years. And North America accounts for 37% of the global PDR market. Most of the cars on the road right now in your city and in your neighborhood are potential customers. And insurance companies know this too. They now routinely route hail-damaged vehicles straight to PDR specialists because it's faster and cheaper than conventional bodywork. Hail damage alone is a massive revenue driver. A single hail repair retails between $500 and $2,000 a vehicle. There's a mechanic from Ohio named Dan Ontrop who learned PDR, built a company called Dent, and did over $3 million in revenue in a single hail season. Now that is an outlier, but it shows you the potential. The only thing about this business is there is a bit of a learning curve. Basic skills can be picked up in a few weeks of intensive training, but PDR requires serious hand-eye coordination, a little bit of patience, and muscle memory, things that really a course alone can't give you. Most people need months of daily practice just to hit the basic speed because you don't want to rush this skill. The smartest way to break in is find a local PDR technician and offer to help them for free. Most technicians need support with complementary skills like touch-up paint and interior repairs. You're adding value while getting the hands-on reps. And that is how you compress the learning curve without paying for it entirely out of your own pocket. Once you have this skill, your entire shop can run out of your vehicle. This is a skill that is needed in the marketplace. Every dent and ding, every hail windstorm that rolls through your state could be money in your pocket. And that brings us to business number 3, a wedding content creator. Now this one didn't exist 5 years ago, but it's one of the fastest growing niches in the wedding industry right now. Here's how it works. You show up to a wedding with your iPhone and a camera light and capture all the candid behind the scenes moments that the photographer and videographer are not focused on. The getting ready, the reactions, the dance floor, and any of the fun moments in between. You deliver edited social media ready content like Reels or TikToks within 24 hours, and the couple literally wakes up the morning after their wedding and they already have content to share. This is not the same as a videographer because a videographer spends weeks editing a cinematic film. A wedding content creator delivers raw clips and polished short form content the next day. That's the entire value proposition: speed and shareability. And at roughly a third of the cost of a traditional videographer, it's become one of the easiest services that a couple can say yes to. Pricing typically runs between $1,000 to $2,500 per wedding, depending on the hours of coverage, location, and the editing package. A standard package could include 8 to 10 hours of coverage, raw clips, a set of edited reels and TikToks, and delivery within 24 hours. The hashtag wedding content creator has been used over 400,000 times on TikTok. Couples in their 20s and 30s grew up on social media. They want to share their wedding while it's still happening, not wait 6 months for a photographer to deliver the gallery. And that cultural shift is what's driving demand for this role. It's not slowing down anytime soon. Number 4 on our list is home staging. Every home that goes on the market either looks lived in or it looks like a magazine. And the ones that look like a magazine sell faster and for more money. And that is what you provide. Home staging is the process of styling a home, occupied or vacant, to make it as appealing as possible to buyers. And the data behind why sellers pay for this is really hard to argue with. Data shows that up to 85% of staged homes sell for 5 to 23% over their original listing price. About 1 in 5 property sales over the US involves a staged home. Think about how much clientele of that you could potentially capture. And that stat tells you where the money is concentrated. It's mostly concentrated in higher end listings, competitive markets, and sellers who need every advantage. Now here's the part that most people get wrong about this particular business. You don't need a warehouse full of furniture to get started, and most people assume that they do. You don't need a certification or a license. The industry is completely unregulated, meaning you can launch tomorrow and legally call yourself a home stager. And you don't need to spend thousands of dollars up front on inventory. The simplest entry point is occupied staging. The furniture is already there. You walk in and you edit what exists, you rearrange the style, and you transform the space using what the seller already owns. Your cost in that scenario is essentially zero. You're selling your eye and your expertise. For vacant staging, you do have a couple of options. You can partner with local furniture rental companies, negotiate with retailers to use their showroom pieces, or build your inventory gradually over time using profits from your initial jobs. You don't need to solve the inventory problem before you start. You solve it as you grow. The median amount spent on professional staging runs between $1,500 and $4,400 depending on the home and the level of service. And if you get into a market with a few reliable real estate agent relationships, and the business will literally feed itself. Getting into business number 5, and that is cake and cookie decorating. Now this one surprises people because it doesn't look like a business from the outside. But there are decorators in this country operating fully out of their home kitchen, no storefront, no commercial lease, and doing well over $100,000 a year. The market backing this is real. The global cakes market was valued at $98 billion in 2025 and is projected to hit $125 billion by 2031. The US cake decorating materials market alone is worth $1.6 billion. Customized and specialty cakes account for roughly 15 to 26% of total US cake sales. People are spending serious money on custom work, and they're finding the people who did it on Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. I mean, take a look at this cake. My wife spent $500 on a cake for my 30th birthday, and this was an in-home baker that she literally found on Instagram. The margins on this business are among the best on the entire list. Home-based decorators typically see gross margins of 60 to 80%, and your material cost is low and labor is your own. A custom cake can run anywhere between $550 and up, and a corporate cookie order can go from $150 to $300 easily. The platform to market on, of course, is Instagram and TikTok, and obviously that is free. The content that this business generates practically markets itself because who doesn't want to post their party and all the elaborate details? Now here's what you need to know before you take your first dollar. All 50 states have some form of cottage food law that governs what you can sell from a home kitchen, but the rules vary significantly by state. Before you launch, contact your local authority and confirm your planned operation is compliant. Beyond that, do everything the right way from day one. Form an LLC and get a business license. And if you want to get an LLC but you don't want to do all the paperwork on your own, all you got to do is go to talktoprime.com. I have a great relationship with them. I'll link it down in the description below, and they'll actually handle it all for you free of charge. And check your local zoning regulations. Some areas limit or prohibit home-based businesses entirely. None of this is ultimately very complicated, but skipping it does create problems later that are a lot harder to fix rather than just doing it up front. Number 6 on our list is a professional organizer. There's a reason that professional organizing has turned into an $11 billion industry in the US alone, and it's not because people suddenly got messier. It's because life got busier. Dual income households, remote work, kids, business travel, people literally don't have the time. The last thing that they want to do on a Saturday Saturday afternoon is reorganizing their entire garage or figuring out a system for their home office. They want to write a check and have the problem solved for them. The global market for professional organizing is expected to surpass $21 billion by 2032, growing at 8.1% annually. North America obviously leads that growth, driven by high disposable income and a cultural shift towards paying for convenience. This isn't a niche anymore, it is mainstream. The business itself is ultimately really straightforward. Closets, kitchens, home offices, homes being downsized. Professional organizers typically charge between $50 and $150 an hour, with larger project-based jobs running between $300 to $1,500 or even more. And the clients who hire you once tend to hire you again, and they refer all their friends and family. There are no licensing requirements and no degrees, so the barrier to entry is extremely low, but the opportunity here can be massive. And that brings us to business number 7, which is a handyman. Now here's something that most people don't think about. The US handyman market is valued at $5.2 billion, with over 543,000 active businesses. And yet no one has figured out how to dominate it. Mr. Handyman, one of the biggest names in the space, holds just about 14 to 18% of the market. TaskRabbit holds another 12 to 16% of the market. And the rest belongs to solo operators and small local businesses. And that fragmentation isn't a problem, it's the opportunity. Homeowners spend billions of dollars every year on repairs and maintenance they either can't do themselves or they just don't want to. And that number only continues to grow. The global handyman market is projected to expand at 16.5% annually through 2033. More homes, more aging and infrastructure, more people outsourcing work that they used to handle themselves. The business really runs on trust and availability. Most handymen lose work not because they're bad at the job, but because they don't show up when they say they're going to, they don't communicate clearly, or they don't make it easy to book with them. And if you fix just those 3 things, you're already ahead of most of your competition. Licensing requirements vary by state and the type of work. General repairs typically don't require anything, but electrical, plumbing, and HVAC of course usually do. Know your local rules before you start. Okay, the last business on this list is number 8, and that is boat detailing. Now most people have never thought about this business, and that is exactly why it's worth paying attention to. The US marine detailing services market is valued at roughly $2.1 billion. There are over 12 million registered recreational boats in the US, and every single one of them needs to be clean, protected, and maintained. Boat owners are not casual customers, okay? This is literally their most prized possession. They'll pay premium prices for somebody who does the job right and shows up consistently. And the pricing on this business is really strong. Small boats under 30 feet run a few $100s a job. Mid-sized boats between 25 and 40 feet typically range between $800 to $3,000. And large yachts can exceed $10,000 per detailing session. And that's before you upsell them on anything else. Severe oxidation removal, gel coat repair, bottom painting preparation, ceramic coatings, these add-ons significantly boost your ticket on every job. The model here is almost entirely mobile. You go to the marina, the dry stack, or the private residential dock where the boat is, and you work on it. There's no facility, no rent, no overhead beyond your equipment. A good buffer, polisher, portable pressure washer, wet vac, and quality marine specific cleaners. If you want to accelerate your skills, specialized marine detailing academies and vocational programs offer intensive hands-on training covering everything from compounding and wet sandings to ceramic coatings and leather restoration. These aren't 4-year programs. They're targeted workshops that can get you genuinely skilled in a fraction of the time. And the faster that you develop the technical side, the faster you can command higher rates and take on larger vessels. The recurring revenue angle here is what makes this business particularly interesting. Offer weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly maintenance plans, and you're not just doing one-off jobs. You're building a predictable book of business. One marina relationship with 10 consistent clients on a monthly plan changes your entire financial picture. So there it is, 8 businesses that can all be run by one person that have a real path to make at least $100,000 a year. None of them require a degree, and none of them require a big startup loan. Although if you happen to already own a business and you're looking for more capital, you can go to that same link we talked about a little while ago, talktoprime.com. They have some phenomenal options for business credit and business loans. And if this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, and you haven't liked the video yet, please do that. It would really help me out a ton and get this video in front of more people who need to see it. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and drop a comment down below and tell me which business you're most interested in. I would love to engage and interact with you down there, and I'll look forward to seeing you in a future video.